Hi, this is Danica, and in this video I'm gonna show you how I built this kind of custom listing inside your membership site. Again, post type, this is a custom post type, and creating custom post type is very useful, especially if you have different kinds of content in your members area. In this example, they have courses, but they also have webinars, they have live streams, and so on. So we want to separate those because it doesn't make sense for them to create each of each individual course per their example webinar videos. So we want to make sure we put them in a specific area. So in here I have a test website, and I'm using the Namecheap. I'm hosted under Namecheap, by the way. So what's great about them is for sure they are better than GoDaddy, because before I was using GoDaddy, and I also tried WP Engine, which is also great. But if you're just starting small, hosting by Namecheap is enough for you to start. So this is my test account, and I've already installed the plugins that I need to create a custom post type with JetEngine. So I needed Elementor, I needed JetEngine, and I needed Memberium. So we're just gonna start with post type. So in this example, we're gonna add a webinar. So we could do webinars, and then I'm gonna leave things as default, and then in here what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select an icon. Now this menu icon, it's the one that you see on this side. So you have some pin, some camera, and then some pages. So you could select. So in this one, I'm just gonna look for something that's kind of like shooting video. Maybe the other one. And then I'm gonna need to use some featured image, and I think that's it for now. So I'm gonna add some meta field, because as you can see in here we have some time, right? So if I'm gonna go to that post, we have total time, like total video time, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put number, so that I could just add number, and then I'm also gonna add like a complete tag. This case I'm using keep, which is Infusionsoft before, so I'm just gonna put keep complete tag, and again I'm gonna set that as a number so that I could not put some text or whatever, and then add post type. Now after doing that, as you can see here, I'm not sure if you could see my item on the left side, but I now have webinars, and I can now add new one. Now in my future videos I'm gonna show you the advanced stuff about adding some category, but for now let's add a very simple one. So I'm gonna do webinars, something like that, and then I'm gonna do allow hierarchical. Again, more on that later, but for now what I'm trying to do is I'm just gonna add some category. Okay, so we need to select which post type this will be present. I'm gonna choose the webinars. Okay, now we have webinars, and we have some webinars category. So let's just add some category. Let's say category A, and then category B. I'm gonna be very boring here, but just to show you what it could do. And then webinars, we don't have one yet, so I'm just gonna add a new one. In here, I'm gonna just put like webinar sample 1, and then I'm gonna add some time, so maybe 12. Let's just say it is 12 minutes. And then in my keep account, I'm gonna create some tags. So I just created a new tag, and the tag ID is 121. So I'm gonna put that in here. And then I'm gonna set some featured image, and I'm just gonna publish that right away. So before I do exit, I'm gonna select some category, and that's it. So I now have a sample webinar with a category, and if I check this is exactly just how it looks, like a very basic one. Now I'm just gonna install my template first. So I'm gonna install the Hello theme. This is Hello by Elementor. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you how to create this post thing. So I'm going to add a page, and I'm just gonna add that and name it webinars. Okay. Should actually use that as the archive template, so I'm just gonna rename that all webinars, because I want to show you how this works in a post grid. Okay, that's what I need. And then let's build this. So if we go to JetEngine and then listing, I'm gonna add a new one, and then it's gonna ask listing source. We created it as a post type, so we're gonna keep the post, and then in here we're gonna change this to webinars, and then webinars listing, and then I'm gonna just create listing item. Now if you check out Crocoblock's YouTube channel, they have more advanced tutorials, but in here what I need to do is just to create I just want to show you how to create this here. So first is, let's scroll down. So I'm gonna need a featured image, and then I'm also gonna need some dynamic field. I'm also gonna need some meta. Oops. Terms. So webinar category. Okay. And then here under settings, to make sure you are looking at the right view, just make sure that this not sure how to remove this, but this one post type is selected to the post type that you did create. And then I'm just gonna update my post view to 320 or maybe 400 to kind of limit my space here, because that's how it's gonna look later, smaller. So I have some featured image, I have the category, and I also have the title. And then lastly, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make that clickable and then update. So now let's go here and let's add that. So I'm gonna go here, edit that to the Elementor, and then what I'm gonna use is the list grid. And then in here I'm gonna need to call the webinar listing that we just created. Okay, now I'm gonna leave this as the default for now, but in here if I refresh, you can see that that item is already present. Now if we add more, just to show you how this works, so add new webinar. So I'm gonna do exactly the same. So webinar sample 2, webinar sample 2, the minute is 15 minutes, and I'm just gonna put some random tag here because I don't have one yet, but I'm gonna select category B, and then for now I'm just gonna use the same featured image and publish. And as you can see, the category B is now in here. So that's an example. Now I could add some excerpt, so I need to turn that on first. But let's just go back here because I actually forgot in the listing item. I wanna show the time that we have created. So we're gonna do dynamic field, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the source to meta, and then we're gonna call that total video time. So in here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna customize the field output, and I'm gonna add some minutes on the end, and then I could style that if I want to, but for now I'm gonna leave that. But I'm gonna add a clock icon. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna position this I'm gonna make the category position as inline, and then the time as well, so that they are like beside each other. But for this one, I'm going to make this, I'll try to play with the space in between. That one, that works. So space in between, and then this is the title, right? So I'm going to make this a bit bigger, like that one. So I have the category, I have the time, I have the title, and then update. Again, you could do lots of stuff in here. This is just an example. So now as you can see, we have a custom post grid, and that's how I exactly build this from the top. So I have some custom data pulling from the custom post type that I have created. So I hope this helps. Now, before I end this video, I'm also gonna show you next how to create that KMePress setup like this one.